take a look at the markets now. It is 6:36, and here's Mike Eppel. Good morning.
Good morning, Melanie. We've got the Toronto stock market coming in to the trading session this morning on a 7-day winning streak and close to a record high. The Canadian markets have been on a roll recently. We saw last month an 11-day winning streak for the TSX, and now 7 days and counting for this month. And yeah, investors buying some stocks on both sides of the border. We saw a record for the NASDAQ yesterday. Tech stocks in full favor right now. And this actually saw a fairly quiet or muted reaction to the Trump-Kim summit. As we talked about this time yesterday morning, where the markets kind of went, okay, we want to see the details of the accord regarding the denuclearization of North Korea. The U.S. president tweeting about it again this morning, saying that the world is a safer place. But regardless, the market kind of took it all in stride. Coming up today, we have a decision on U.S. interest rates, where the U.S. Central Bank is expected to raise interest rates 0.25% in the States, and that kind of might lead to pressure on other central banks to follow that lead if, in fact, the U.S. Central Bank gets quite aggressive raising rates, because that could move the currency valuations, where we have the Canadian dollar starting just below 77 cents U.S. We have a mega media merger getting the green light by a federal judge in the States late yesterday. They ruled in favor of the $85 billion deal between AT&T and Time Warner. Now, the Department of Justice in the States was pushing back against it, talking about consolidation and antitrust possibilities. And there was a sidebar issue that AT&T is basically now buying the operator of CNN. So the Trump administration wasn't all that happy with it. But with it getting the green light now, we could see other big deals to follow, including Comcast reportedly going to make a counteroffer for some assets of Fox Broadcasting, which is currently in talks with Disney. And Sprint and T-Mobile could do a deal on this side of the border. Globe and Mail reporting this morning that Shaw Communications is looking for a possible buyer for assets of the Chorus Entertainment brand, which could bring in about $500 million, which Shaw would use to build up its wireless operations. And the Trudeau government reportedly today set to send back the legislation, Bill C-45, legislation to legalize cannabis, back to the Senate, and rejecting some of the Senate's amendments that the upper house last week approved. This could lead to just a back and forth between the two chambers, and we'll see if, in fact, the Trudeau government can push this through. But does it delay the legalization of cannabis past what is now expected to be sometime around September 1st? That's it from here. We'll say good morning to Dee.